What we're going to do is we're going to explain to you how to make brown scapulars. This is what a brown scapular looks like, a finished brown scapular. And all of this material is ordered through the Scapular of Mount Carmel. It's a company based in Kansas, and they provide you with all the materials to make enough scapulars for 450 of them. There's woolen material. There's like over 2 yards of woolen material. There's the braid here. You get 2 spools of it. You can customize whatever length you'd like to make your brown scapular. This is 24 inches. You also received, whoever dies clothed in the scapular shall not suffer eternal fire, the scapular promise from Our Lady of Mount Carmel, and also a sign of salvation, which is an image of our Blessed Mother and Saint Simon Stock, who received the brown scapular in the year 1251. So what I'm going to do is show you step by step how to make the brown scapular, but these are the items you receive. What's nice about these is these actually have a glue material on the back. So by using a hot iron, you're able to get the patch to adhere to your woolen piece of material that we're going to cut in a moment. I'm going to show you how to make those. And again, you can customize the length of your braid to whatever length you want. These are actually just 24 inches that I'm going with here. So what you need to do this is to cut the woolen material is you need to have a mat, which I have here. The mat is where we're actually going to do the cutting. Just going to move some of these items away. And you also need to have like a ruler here on top, which is like a guide to allow you to cut a nice straight cut for the woolen strips. These woolen strips are about a little over 2 inches in length, and then we're going to cut the width to match the size of these iron-on patches. So what I'm going to do is actually cut a strip right now using this rotary cutter, which you can get these online, or you can go to like a fabric store and they sell these. It has a nice safety feature so that when you hold the handle, the blade comes out. These are very sharp, but when you release the handle, the blade resets back in its holder, so it's protected to prevent you from getting cut. So what you do is you line up the woolen material to the length you want to cut it in. So I'm again going a little over 2 inches in length, about looks like about 2¼ inches in length. And your cutting board has the ruler on it, so you know what the length is you want to cut. And you use the rotary cutter again, and you just apply pressure with your, I'm a righty, you apply pressure with your left hand on this ruler here, which is clear plastic, and you use the rotary cutter, and it goes right along the edge of the clear plastic here to get you a nice clean cut. So I'm going to make a first cut here. All you do is just apply pressure on the woolen material, and you go down in a straight line. And I'm just going to go back to make sure I get a nice cut on this material. And then there you go. So there's a nice clean cut that we have. It separates it, so now you've got like a strip, and you can make multiple strips of the woolen material. And what you do is actually from here is we've kind of doubled up the material to allow us to get more cuts. So what I'm going to do is actually set this up, and I'll show you in 1 second what that's going to look like. We're going to make smaller strips of cuts. So the second step of cutting the material is I have these strips, and I'm laying it on my cutting board with my rotary cutter, and I take a patch just as a guide, and I put it on top here to see, what's the size of the width of the woolen material I want to cut. So I lay the patch on top here. I mean, there's multiple ways of doing this. I just take my rotary cutter, and there you go. So now I've got multiple pieces cut to that size that allow me to iron on the patch right on here. But you put the cord right here underneath. You put 2 of them, and then you iron it on, which I'm going to show you next. But again, to cut it, you just put the patch on the material, and I line it up kind of straight as best I can. Use my rotary cutter. Again, one quick cut. There you go. So now I've got some more cut of the material. And voila. So now we're going to go to the next step of ironing on the patches. So what we have here on the ironing board is the material that we just cut. We have two small woolen patches on either end, and we have the braided cord in between. So again, it's 24 inches in length. What you try and do is make sure your braided cord, you lay it on top of the woolen material first. So you have the woolen material on one end and a woolen material at the other end over here. And then you have the cord on top, which is two strands of it. You make sure it's flat on the ironing board, that it's not buckled, that it's straight. And then what you do is you take your patches. You have whoever dies clothed in the scapular will not suffer eternal fire, the promise of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And then you have a sign of salvation on the other patch, Our Lady of Mount Carmel giving the brown scapular to St. Simon Stock in 1251. So you have one of each. You keep them going like in opposite directions so that they're facing away from each other. So you put one on one side, right on top of the cord and with the woolen material underneath, and then you put the other one on the other side, right on top. So what I do is you take a very hot iron, and what you do is I apply it on top of the patch. I usually just put it on just to kind of get it started. It's going to glue itself. There's adhesive material right on the patch with the hot iron. It'll adhere it right to the woolen material underneath. What I do is I put the hot iron on top and I count to 10. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. And then you take it off and it's pretty much sealed. And then you go to the other side and you do the same thing. You make sure the patch is lined up straight correctly. You just kind of apply a little bit of heat, kind of get it started to kind of hold on. And again, you do the same thing. You count to 10. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. There you go. And it comes off. And voila. There you go. It's been applied. For good measure, sometimes I apply more heat again, like a second time. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. And then do it again the other side. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. And then that's it. And it's done. It's warm, to the touch, but it'll take, just a couple of minutes. The glue will adhere it very strong. The braided cord underneath right to the woolen patch. The only thing you need to do at the very end to complete it is you take a very sharp pair of scissors and you just I just do it by eye to try and cut it so it's even. Like for example, you can see this, how it's a little bit uneven, it's a little bit longer at the end here. So I just cut it with a very sharp pair of scissors to leave a little bit of the woolen material so there's a little bit of a space between the patch itself and you've got the brown woolen material on the outside. So there's one side, and I do the same on the other side. And again, it's all to personal touch, depending on how you want to cut it. You may be able to get other type of scissors that may give you a different type of cut, like a scapular cut if it's something you're looking for, or a scallop cut, excuse me. But that's it. There's your scapular. It's ready to go, to give to somebody. Again, you need to be enrolled by a priest with the brown scapular. Once you're enrolled, if your scapular breaks or whatever, you could, burn it to properly dispose of it, and then you can get another scapular. You don't need to have it blessed, but once you're enrolled in the scapular one time by a priest, you're enrolled forever. But this is a sign that you're close to our Blessed Mother when you wear a brown scapular, to live a chaste life and to help you to get to heaven. Those souls that die, that follow the commandments and are not in a state of mortal sin, upon their death, there's promises of wearing the brown scapular, where on the first Saturday Our Lady will come and have those people go from purgatory to heaven. So there's a lot of information out there on the internet you can look up, but it's a very wonderful sacramental to wear. It's a sign of your consecration to Our Lady, as well as the miraculous medal and the rosary. Those are awesome sacramentals to use and take advantage of to help bring you closer to our Lord. Thank you very much. Enjoy making scapulars and giving them to people to help save souls. God bless you.